Welcome to Farming Aid, and welcome to a world where survival isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Where scorching deserts, icy mountains, and parasite-infested jungles forge not just animals, but legends. In today's video, we're diving into the incredible lives of the world's hardiest farm animals, true beasts of the earth. These aren't your average barnyard creatures. They are nature's finest survivors, bred by centuries of evolution and human resilience. Whether it's the goat that thrives in drought, the bull that laughs in the face of heat, or the camel that crosses deserts like a king, we're about to meet the toughest livestock on the planet. So buckle up, because these animals don't just live in extreme conditions, they conquer them. Let's discover the unstoppable beasts that are changing the future of farming. Our first stop brings us to the searing savannas and dry lands of sub-Saharan Africa, home of the boar goat. This South African breed is not only one of the most commercially successful meat goats globally, but also one of the toughest. Boar goats have a muscular build and an instinct for survival. Their thick skin and natural resistance to internal parasites make them ideal for grazing in parasite-heavy environments where other breeds would wither. They grow fast, reproduce efficiently, and can trek long distances in search of forage. In short, the boar goat doesn't just endure Africa's tough terrains, it dominates them. Not far from Africa's deserts, in the rugged mountainous zones of Ethiopia, we encounter the Sheko cattle, an extremely rare and ancient breed with a unique trait, trypanotolerance. That means these cattle can withstand the deadly tsetse fly, which causes sleeping sickness in livestock. While other cattle would perish in areas infested with this menace, the Sheko not only survives but thrives. Their small size makes them efficient grazers on sparse forage, and they produce milk in areas where many breeds struggle. The Sheko may not win beauty contests, but it's a genetic goldmine of resilience. Now let's head to the high-altitude cold of the Himalayas, where oxygen is thin and temperatures can drop to life-threatening levels. Here, you'll find the yak, nature's all-terrain vehicle. Domesticated yaks in Tibet, Nepal, and Bhutan are used for milk, meat, hide, and as pack animals. Their long, shaggy coats and dense underwool are nature's insulation against cold that can freeze steel. Yaks navigate steep, rocky terrain like it's a Sunday stroll, and their ability to graze at altitudes above 15,000 feet makes them irreplaceable in mountainous communities. They are truly the lifeline of highland civilizations. Without yaks, life above the clouds would be impossible. From the frozen heights of Asia, we move to the barren steppes of Mongolia in the Gobi Desert, where the Bactrian camel rules. Unlike its one-humped cousin, the dromedary, the Bactrian camel has two humps and even more stamina. This beast is built for extremes: thick wool to survive cold winters, the ability to drink up to 57 liters of water in one sitting, and hooves adapted to both ice and shifting sand. Mongolian nomads rely on Bactrian camels for milk, meat, transport, and even shelter materials from their hair. When other animals perish from thirst or cold, the Bactrian camel just keeps going. In the harsh world of desert farming, this camel is king. Closer to the equator, in the unforgiving bushlands of West Africa, we meet the West African dwarf goat. This compact and hardy breed is a testament to survival in heat, humidity, and parasite-heavy ecosystems. They may be small, but what they lack in size, they more than make up for in resilience. These goats resist trypanosomiasis, worms, and poor quality forage. Farmers love them for their low input needs and fast reproductive cycles. They can give birth even under difficult conditions, making them a vital food security asset in low-resource farming systems. Heading into South America, especially the high Andes of Peru and Bolivia, we find the llama and its cousin, the alpaca. While alpacas are more often raised for fiber and llamas for load-bearing and meat, both species are perfectly tuned to thrive in high-altitude conditions. With split upper lips that allow for incredibly efficient grazing and padded feet that protect fragile alpine soils, these animals are perfectly adapted to life above the clouds. They can withstand icy nights and strong UV radiation at high elevations. Farmers in these regions have used them for thousands of years, and they remain one of the most eco-friendly and enduring farm animals on the continent. Back in North America, particularly in the southern United States, a breed of cattle stands tall as a weatherproof, disease-resistant marvel, the Brahman. Originating from Indian zebu breeds, the Brahman is the definition of rugged. With its pronounced hump, loose skin, and heat-tolerant physiology, the Brahman thrives in sweltering climates where other cattle breeds succumb to heat stress and parasites. They're unbothered by insects, can digest coarse feed, and recover quickly from stress. It's no wonder the Brahman has become the backbone of beef production in hot, humid regions from Texas to Thailand. Venturing into Australia, one cannot ignore the Dorper sheep, developed in the 1930s to survive the arid zones of the outback. This breed is a cross between the hardy blackhead Persian and the Dorset horn, and it boasts the best of both worlds. Dorpers don't need shearing, thanks to their self-shedding coats, and they thrive on sparse vegetation. They're excellent for meat production and are not selective grazers, meaning they eat nearly anything edible. When you have thousands of hectares of tough terrain and little rainfall, Dorpers are the sheep you want leading your flock. In Eastern Europe, particularly the Carpathian regions of Romania and Ukraine, lives the Carpathian mountain goat, a lesser-known but incredibly resilient breed. It's agile, climbs cliffs like a pro, and produces rich milk despite limited access to lush pastures. These goats graze on wild herbs, which gives their milk and cheese unique flavor profiles prized in artisanal markets. Living in terrains that would challenge even experienced hikers, these animals have learned to coexist with wolves, bears, and snowstorms. They don't just survive in the wilderness, they help humans do the same. Far to the north, across the cold plains of Scandinavia and Siberia, we encounter the reindeer, a semi-domesticated species raised by indigenous peoples like the Sami and Evenki. These animals are cold weather specialists, with blood vessels in their noses that warm up cold air before it reaches the lungs and specialized hooves that adapt to icy terrain. Reindeer are perfect livestock for the Arctic. They're used for meat, hides, antlers, and transportation. In environments where crops can't grow and most animals would freeze, reindeer herding provides not just food but cultural survival. In the harsh volcanic landscapes of Iceland, the Icelandic sheep stands as a woolly warrior. With a lineage dating back to Viking times, these sheep have survived isolation, freezing temperatures, and food scarcity. Their thick dual-layered fleece keeps them warm, while their ability to graze through snow in search of grass beneath gives them a survival edge. Icelandic sheep are also renowned for their lamb meat, considered a delicacy. And since they lamb outdoors in frigid spring weather, they've developed remarkable mothering instincts and physical toughness. They're a breed molded by fire and ice. Let's not forget the Kadaknith chicken from India, known not just for its jet black meat and bones, but for its remarkable resilience. This breed is resistant to many common poultry diseases, tolerates both hot and moderately cool climates, and thrives on free-range forage. Kadaknith is celebrated for its high protein, low fat, and rich mineral content. While it may be a culinary delicacy, its hardiness makes it a favorite amongst small-scale farmers in rural India who can't afford constant veterinary care or commercial feed. In the Pacific Islands and coastal tropical zones, we find the Creole pig of Haiti and the Philippine native pig. These breeds are not just survivors, they're cultural icons. They live in humid, disease-prone, swampy areas, feeding on kitchen scraps, foraged roots, and whatever is available. They can raise litters in the wild, fend for themselves, and bounce back from illnesses that would wipe out commercial breeds. Though small in size, their genetic resilience makes them vital to food sovereignty in regions vulnerable to disaster and poverty. On the topic of pigs, one cannot ignore the Mangalitza, a curly-haired pig from Hungary. This woolly pig looks like a cross between a sheep and a hog, and it's bred for its rich, marbled meat. The Mangalitza thrives in cold climates and has an ability to forage and fatten on natural pasture and forest forage. Its thick fat provides energy reserves during harsh winters, and it requires little human intervention to flourish. It's a heritage breed that stands as a symbol of natural farming, hardiness, and gastronomic excellence. Even the ocean offers us examples of hardy farm animals. The tilapia, often dubbed the aquatic chicken, is a freshwater fish farmed around the world. Tilapia can tolerate a range of water conditions, poor oxygen levels, high ammonia, temperature fluctuations, and still grow quickly. This is why it's often the first fish introduced into developing aquaculture systems. For struggling communities looking to raise protein with minimal inputs, tilapia is a resilient, low-risk choice that keeps feeding the world despite climate challenges. And there you have it, some of the toughest, most resilient farm animals ever to walk, graze, or gallop across this planet. These beasts of the earth aren't just survivors, they are living proof that nature, combined with smart breeding and human determination, can overcome even the harshest of environments. From sun-scorched plains to frozen mountain peaks, these animals feed families, power economies, and carry traditions through generations. So the next time you see a goat, a bull, a chicken, or even a camel, remember, it might just be a warrior in disguise. If you're inspired by these incredible creatures and want to see more amazing stories from the world of farming and livestock, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep exploring the wild and wonderful world of farm animals.